You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
Well, what I mean, this is your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast number 504. That's right, baby. I mean, we're getting there, man. On the road to 1,000. That's my goal. So today we're talking some independent comics, man, through my boys' independent label, Except Imagination / NE1 World. That's the letter N, the letter E, the number 1 world. Let me tell you, these guys are putting out fire stuff. And of course, you know, right now they're working with some big dudes out in the UK. I mean, TikTok legends over here, yeah, they be ticking and talking and swagging, bro. Let me tell you, they got some fire projects out on Kickstarter right now. It is live, this project. We got 6 days to go, though, folks. We're going to be talking about what they're up to, what they've been up to, how they got the numbers they got, and this fire project that you need to back today. Let me first introduce the one, the only Mr. AJ Slambino, and we also have Paul Johnston Naylor, aka the Pond Bros, in the motherfucking building, baby. Let's go! Woo! Hey guys, welcome to the Comic Crusaders podcast. Happy to have you. What's popping?
That was a good intro.
Yeah, like, can we just take you everywhere with us? You could be like our hype man.
Yeah, I'll be. I mean, listen, just make sure you got the airplane. I'll be anywhere you need, but I can sleep anywhere. I could sleep on floors. You need the flight. I got you guys. Right? So, welcome and all. I mean, thank you for coming on to talk about your journey, these comics you guys got coming out. That's live on Kickstarter. I mean, fire project. I mean, when Paul told me he was so excited about when you guys hit him up and jumped on and got this support. I mean, like, yo, this is it. I mean, I'm so happy for my homie and especially working with individuals like yourself. So let's start reeling it back, baby. Woo! Let's go. I love me a good old origin story, if you will. So I'm gonna start with the Goonie dad, Mr. Paul. Talk to me where you originally from, and the most important question you ever hear in your life. What is the first thing overall in fandom that you first fell in love with?
First thing I fell in love with.
Period. Yeah. I mean,
okay.
I'm a fan of this, but no, it's what did you fall in love with first? Period.
Okay. Well, I'm from Guildford, England. So born and bred, still live here right now. Wow, I've got to be careful here. I'm gonna have to say my wife. You know what I mean? That's the first person.
You mentioned you were but a wee laddie. Oh my God!
No, because listen, I'll be straight with you. I was going, my wife, the Goonies. My wife, the Goonies, and I love my wife forever. And we're coming up for our 25th years together on our 20th anniversary. And then, thank you. And then Goonies has just been my favorite movie since the age of 8. So, and it's a big part of my life and who I am today.
So let me ask you, Paul, how did you get introduced to Goonies? How did you find Goonies?
Okay, so when I was 8 years of age, back in 1985, it was released in the UK in the latter part of the year, which is very different to the US. So it was released in November of 1985. And unfortunately, my parents were going through a divorce. I'd never been to a movie theatre cinema before. And my mum took me to go and watch a movie. And it was The Goonies. I didn't know what it was about. And I sat there for 2 hours and just got lost in the world of the movie. And it allowed myself to escape for a few hours, forget about my worries, and, just enjoy the film. And, back then as a kid to where I am as an adult today, it has two different purposes in life. To where I was made redundant nearly 6 years ago from a job that I loved. Glad to see that the business is still up and running. And because of the movie, it helped me have a different outlook on life about don't give up, believe in yourself, surround yourself with good people, and just keep moving forward. So it has a different look, and I just chased that passion of that movie and visited the house last year. I think it was last year. And I just collect everything to do with the movie as well. And I'm involved in a project about life after the Goonies as well. So, yeah, big deal.
Look at this guy. I mean, manifesting things. You see, folks, you love something, and someday you could work on it somehow. I love it, Paul. Thanks for that. All right, AJ Slambino. That sounds like the only wrestler's name I've ever heard in my life. The Slam Master, AJ Slambino, right?
I mean, it's fitting because yeah, I mean, like, okay, I love my girlfriend. I gotta say it because he just put me on the spot, and if I didn't, she'd be like, Paul said he loves his wife, so I gotta say that. But pro wrestling for me was number one. I'm AJ. I live in the US of A. I'm currently in Atlanta. But yeah, pro wrestling is something that
what era? Talk to me, AJ. I need to know what era fan got you like hooked like a fish. What was the era?
80s wrestling. I remember being 3 years old watching WrestleMania with my dad. My dad's a wrestling fan, and he introduced me to wrestling. And I remember my first match I actually remember was Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ricky Steamboat. WrestleMania 3, and trying to stay awake, and because I was a kid and I wanted to watch it, and my dad gave me a cold towel, and I kept putting it on my face to stay awake, and that was my first memory of wrestling. Then you fast forward to 1999, and someone said, "Hey, you're a wrestling fan," because we used to hold like pay-per-view parties at my house. My dad would always like order pay-per-view, and everybody in the neighborhood would come over, and they were like, "Man, you're a wrestling fan. You ever think about becoming a wrestler?" And I was like, "No, but that sounds cool." So in 1999, I went to wrestling school. I wrestled till 2021, all over the United States, Puerto Rico, and in 2021, I stepped away from wrestling, but in 2024, 3 months ago, I said I'm making a comeback at 43 years old, and I've been back in the ring. Just did my third show back, and wrestling is just, I love it. It's just passion of mine.
I mean, with a motherfucking name like that, you better be a goddamn wrestler.
Right?
All right. So, Paul, going back to you, talk to me about growing up out there where you from, and the nerddom. Well, were you alone in your fandom? Were you a lone wolf, or did you have a tribe? And how did that kind of turn into you becoming creative?
Wow. But I mean, for me, with the social media side of things, I would say it was a lone wolf at first. It all kind of really happened because of lockdown.
Okay.
And my wife had to work still, so we had a thing here where we're furloughed at home, and I kind of just created this name, Goonie Dad, as a kind of like a shield to hide behind, because I was a bit afraid to be myself, and didn't know how to connect with people. And I figured, I'm a father, I'm a big fan of the Goonies, kind of put the names together, and it just gave me an opportunity to talk about something that I was passionate about and enjoyed. So, it kind of opened that door. And then over time, I just kind of realized that people accepted me for being me. And that took quite some time to understand and realize that. And then I found myself connecting with people from a lot of people from America. And then one of them being this guy called AJ Slambino.
Wait, don't spoil that pro man story yet. I call it
right.
All right. I have Comic Crusaders Almega term, all right, the pro man. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit, because before you give me your story, I gotta hear that, and then I want to see who lies. Every couple lies about how they met. I mean, I'm not saying creative couple. Again,
I mean, but for me, with the social media aspect of it, I just kind of found that it's something that I am good at. I'm confident at doing it. I don't take anything for granted. I have a full-time job. I have a wife. I have children. I have responsibilities. I don't look at social media as this way to make a fast buck. I look at it as a way to extend my life and be able to reach out to other people and do more with my life and just share what I'm doing. It's just give me a different type of confidence.
I hear you. You build up community. You build up positive energy. That's what it's effing about to me as well. This isn't about getting online arguing with fucking random people. Why are you wasting your energy on it? How about elevate people, motivate people, lift people up, do something funny, do something fun? Fuck that. Palm Brothers, I mean, thank you for what you guys do. Honest to God, you know what I mean? This is what it is. So AJ, now you talk to me. Were you a lone wolf, or were you wrestling those guys that didn't respect you back then?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, look, I grew up. I'm the oldest of 5 boys, so I always have my 4 younger brothers around. So wrestling, not only did we watch it, we literally beat each other up for my whole life because that's just what brothers do, right?
Yes, I have 2 younger brothers, and yes, I've been through that.
Right. It's just normal, right? But yeah, I mean, I always had my wrestling group growing up. But then when it came to social media, it was the same thing. 2020, COVID, furloughed. What do I do? Oh, I'll get on TikTok. I actually, somebody was like, "Oh, you should get on TikTok." I'm like, "Man, that's for kids." And then I got on and I was like, "Oh," because I wasn't wrestling.
It's not for kids. You said like the tricks. It's not for kids,
right? But it was my TikTok. Social media became my outlet to entertain because I wasn't wrestling anymore. I didn't wrestle at all in 2020. In 2021, I had 1 match.
Stop mine.
And this was my outlet to entertain people since I couldn't do it in the wrestling ring anymore because I thought I was done. And I somehow got this big following in the UK. So living in the USA. So yeah, weird how this all works out. But I don't want to spoil it either because we're not ready for that yet. We got to build up to build it. It's a roller coaster, right? So yeah, but like just like Paul said, we actually talked about this today. I don't do this for the money. I don't do it for the fame. I do it because I love to do it, and I love to meet new people, and love to travel and see different cultures and see different things, and like just those positive experiences. Like that's what I do it for because it's fun.
I haven't had the opportunity of traveling as much as you guys have. I'll say that much, but I hope to one day. Because I love spreading the goodwill, talking to creators like you guys, and more independent creators, just up and coming. Like, if you made it, great, I'll talk to you. But I love talking to the new guys or the new gals, all these new creators. Like, where does your energy come from, and their confidence and their struggles? Like, it's just beautiful stories, and I dig it. Now,
yeah, I'm gonna say one thing. I don't mean to cut you off, but we like to talk and meet the real creators, not the fake ones. Not the people that are pretending to be something they're not. What you get here is what you get. Like, right? Because like we're just 2 dudes who go to work every day and take care of our families and our kids and have careers. Like what you see is what you get. Like that's it. Like this ain't fake, it's real. And I like meeting real creators, and I know Paul does too. All those fake creators who want to pretend on, like, that doesn't do it for me.
I get you on that. I've seen that energy. I've seen those lanes of those that are just doing it for a particular reason, and it kind of sucks.
Right.
So me, I like, support my Patreon. I don't do none of this shit. Listen, I pay for everything out of my pocket. I don't need you. And anyone's gonna pay me is gonna be Google, YouTube, through whatever I do. They'll pay me. I don't need my fans' money. Maybe I do sometimes, to be honest. Shit, it's like. But I mean, listen, that's on them if they want to help support us. But I don't want to ask for cash. I got it. Now is the moment, the very moment for the promance. Oh my God! So y'all talking about COVID, this break. So I'm gonna go first with Gooning Dad over here since he was almost spilling the beans. He's dying to talk about how this happened. Talk to me about that promance. How did you meet AJ? And he's not if he's lying, bro, right? We don't,
motherfucker. This story is not going to be what you think. I promise you.
Oh, really? No. Let's see. Let's
go.
It's weird. Do we mention the fact what we found out February later?
Yeah, because we didn't even realize how we met really until this year, February. We just realized it.
What? Okay.
Yeah. So, like I say, through the social media platforms, we were all bored at home making content videos and things like that and doing duets, and that was the thing. And over time it was just we found ourselves finding like pronunciations of words or pronunciations, you see. So herb and herb, things like that. Anyway, we were just going backwards and forwards with this type of stuff over time. And like I said, I had a big interest in differences between UK and America, and AJ had differences between America and UK. They kind of fitted. I was fortunate enough to over time we kind of became friends and just doing and that's all that it was just we were just creating videos that happened to blend very, very well with each other. There was nothing more of that. And then there came a time where we ended up being in New York City at the same time, you know. And that wasn't planned, orchestrated, or anything like that. It just happened to be that I was getting ready to go up the Empire State Building, and he was in Macy's. And it's like, but they're like just around the corner. How is this even possible?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been plenty of times, as has AJ himself. So I'm fortunate enough that I've been able to do that. And then he was just like, cool. And I was just like, okay, I'm just going to make a video saying, wouldn't it be really cool if I could meet up with if someone could recognize me being here in New York, because no one's recognized me yet. And then he appears in the video, just turns up right next to me. And then that was it. Nothing was planned or nothing at all. It just happened. And that was the first time we met in person.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we're hanging out the next day, going and eating British food together in the shop, meeting a Cornish pasty for the first time.
Too much, AJ. I know British food makes people fart apparently.
That's the beans on toast. And then he kind of went from there, because it was good that we were in New York together. But then I feel like after that, you know, I kind of feel like we both realized that something was kind of missing a little bit of, there was someone there that kind of understood me, where I was coming from, similar path as myself, career, family responsibilities, want to make content, not taking themselves too seriously, and we're the vice versa of each other. So we kind of remained and kept in contact. And the next thing you know, the guy's come into the UK, and he came 4 times, and it's like, you need to now come to Atlanta, come and stay in our house. So we did, and that was a big deal, because now our families are meeting each other as well, and that was even bigger deal. And then when we were in Atlanta, we were like, listen, man, we've been chatting back and forth now for like 4 years. How did we actually meet each other? Because we don't really know. What was the first video that we did? And it ended up being some crazy Taco Bell video.
Taco Bell. Look at that. What a unifying thing. I love amongst tacos, baby.
I didn't even know what a Taco Bell was. Do you know what I mean? I just did the video.
Wait, they didn't have Taco Bells in the UK?
They do now, but they didn't then. Okay. For me, it was just something that I saw on TV or in the movie.
Yeah, what the fuck is a Taco Bell, right?
And it kind of just continued from there. That I think that what's happened is we've just realized that the more that we do together, the more we can achieve. And I think that's the bit where it's continued, and we kind of became the Pond Bros. So.
Love it, man. So you're not necessarily really related, right?
No.
Just to confirm that, you know, when people see Pond,
we're literally brothers across the pond.
We're across. Yeah.
Hey, you hear that, folks? You see that? You see that pun right there? So AJ, did at any moment Paul lie about how you guys met?
That's a spot on story.
All right,
but
baby.
We've told the story so many times that, I mean, you know, this is at least it's not like the story the fish keeps growing bigger and bigger, you know.
I get so AJ, what was it about Paul's energy that you kind of said, all right, this is actually a good working partner?
So I think the first thing was, it was his love for the US living over there, and then vice versa, my love for the UK living here. Then just the energy when we met in New York, and he had his wife and daughter, and I had yes, I love the Ghostbuster guys. My girlfriend was with us, and her mom, and just like, I think it was the family dynamic, because I'm a family guy. I have 2 kids. My girlfriend has a kid.
Yeah, family guy, but your name's not Peter. Gotcha.
Right. Yeah, I'm not Peter Griffin, but I think it was that he was a family man. I'm a family man. We both had real careers. This wasn't like, you know, we weren't just influencers or whatever. We had real jobs, and we were both family men. And just instantly, that first video in New York, like, without even talking about it, planning it, it just happened, was one of the best videos ever. Like, because it was just so real, and we could play off each other without even have to talk about it. Like, all the content we do when we're together, we don't even talk about it. It's literally like, just go, action, go. That's it, because we know what we're gonna, and that's just like you can't even like. That's just amazing.
All right, so talk about So you guys met, and so when did this conversation was about? Let's work together. The Palm Brothers brand came into existence before we talk about this amazing Kickstarter.
You go, AJ.
So I think we went to the UK. I think it was the second time, really. The first time we went, we hung out, but the second time, we really got to spend time with his family and stuff. And I think we realized that we have something here. The friendship is real, right? That's first and foremost. It's not just let's just be creators and make videos together. Like the friendship is first before. If there's no social media tomorrow, we're still gonna be friends. And he's still gonna call me every day he drives home from work, and we're gonna talk for 30 minutes, bitching about everything we can, because that's just what we do. But that was the first and foremost, I think, is that the friendship was legit and real. And then we're like, hey, we got something here. Plus, I think we realized that we like to hang out with our families, like to hang out together, and we could do some pretty cool shit together and travel and do because we've been, like I said, we've been there. He's come here. We went to Tennessee together. We've got trips planned for next year together already as families. And I think that was the coolest thing is we could do it all together. Yeah.
What a beautiful partnership, man. This is so great. I love hearing stuff like this. You know what I mean? Definitely helps empower me because I have a beautiful family too within the creative team of Comic Crusaders. So I can't wait to meet all of them. I've met several of them, but not all yet. Like my Johnny Hughes, my UK guy. I got to meet him. If you guys did it, I got to meet my UK guy. Come on.
Right.
My Palm bro, if you will. All right. I dig it, and I love that name. So wait. So also, before we get into the Kickstarter, which in 1 minute, Pond Bros. Who came up with the name?
Paul did, I think, right?
I think I did.
Yeah. It wasn't me for sure. He's way more creative than me.
So when did this conversation come up for the name? How did that happen?
Well, you got that saying two friends, mainly guys, they can be brothers. Like they normally say it's a brother from another mother and things like that. And for me, I was like, that's too long to kind of think about and keep it simple. And every time I was making like a content video, I'd say with my friends across the pond, people understood that I meant I'm in the UK and across the pond could be literally anywhere.
Yeah.
On the other side of the Atlantic, So to really simplify it, it was brothers across the pond, and then it just shortened it as Pond Bros, and it kind of just made perfect sense. And I feel that still today it makes sense. Pond Bros.
So I need you guys to talk to me real quick. What is this right here, baby? I'm gonna show these a couple of pictures before I show the Kickstarter. That way you guys could make it rain, because I get either paid tomorrow or Friday. No bullshit. So let's go. Talk to me about this cover. What's going on here? Let's talk about it.
You want to go? Go ahead.
Okay. Right. So you can probably work out who's who on here. So you got myself and AJ there as our wrestling characters that we are within this comic of Pond Bros, with this unique championship belt on the front cover, and it is issue number 1, working with Hades from ASAP Imaginations. And yeah, but this only happens like this is kind of like a sneak peek into what we become, not who we actually are. So
beautiful. Yeah, I got some more pictures to share. I got look at this here. I mean, look at that artistry. How dope is that? Here. Hey, look at you guys. Look at that. The story of the Pro-Mans in illustrated form.
And the muscles are 100% accurate, by the way. I just want to let
you know
what?
I'm having to work towards mine. So
let me just say that there's definitely a big difference in the hairstyles here. What's going on? And look at that. I mean, so when you guys go ahead and battle across the world your enemies, is this really the suit that you guys wear? Do you wear this at cons? Come and talk to me. Just fucking with you guys. I mean, look at this.
I mean, we thought about it. Don't think we
haven't. Do it. I mean, look at that. They listen, but tag team comic book champions of the world. They're the best creative team in the business, baby. And now, listen, I'm talking all this stuff and I'm having fun, but let's talk about it right now. It is this Kickstarter. That's what we're here for, folks. Listen, we got 6 days to go, mi gente. We got 37 backers, so a big old salute to you guys. Thank you for supporting independent comics. But listen, guys, we got to make this happen. 6 days to go. We need 3886. We're at 1144. Now, listen, you got the game paid tomorrow. Some of you on Wednesday, some of you on Friday. Some of you got paid the other day because I know how that works when you're playing with me. So, listen, I'm going to show off this link right here. And it's also in the show notes, very important. So that link right there will lead you to this project that you need to support. As you see, it has a video. So before we kick it into high gear and talk all about this fantastic book that you need to be supporting, let's check out this video real quick.
Hey, you guys! If you like sensational sci-fi, amazing 80s cartoons, awesome wrestling matches, then we've got the perfect comic. Oh, yeah! I wanted to say that, huh?
Bring me the bomb.
What just happened is Friday. Thank God I didn't smoke before the show.
Bring me the bomb.
And there we go, folks. Hey, how dope is that? You better be supporting this project. That's what we need to do right there.
I do like that video, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it is fun. I'm hitting too many buttons over here. StreamYard, stop it. All right, now here we go. So let's go. Look at that one. Who did this wonderful cover? Talk to me.
The cover got, I don't know, the cover got, we had a different cover. We got a new, this is a new
update,
cover. Upgraded cover.
Oh, okay. All right, so we got that. We got those interior pages. Who's the interior artist?
George Medina did a lot of the work. I think he's based in New York.
Oh my God, my boy Jorge, from the Meds book. Yeah. I see him every convention. I swear to God that he is like following me. I think every convention I go to, he's there. He haunts me. Jorge.
I do like this kind of introduction to both of us that's on these 2 pages, because it shows us in our worlds, and where we talk about us and our worlds. And you spoke about it at the beginning about who we are and what we do. Actually, I'm a general manager of a movie theater today. So,
all right.
And it's there. And when I talked about that, we felt like something was missing. That is literally as it is today. And then the pages together where we're back to back. And that literally is that thing of like, something's missing. I can't quite put my finger on it.
I saw that my man is taking my haircut. That's my haircut right there. See the sides, nothing off the top. All right, bro, let's go. I love it. I mean, look at that design. The World Champs of Comics. Talk to me of how the Palm Bros with this amazing book landed with my big homie Paul at ASAP Imagination, specifically NE1 World.
It's your turn this time, AJ.
Okay. All right.
Hey.
Who's your Goonie Daddy?
Who's your Goonie Daddy t-shirt, by the way. We do have Who's Your Goonie Daddy t-shirts available on the Kickstarter, just so everybody knows.
Hey.
I had gone to London to meet Paul, and we were going to a comic convention. I think it was called MegaCon in London, and we were invited there. What's that?
I said no relation to Almega, you were saying.
Yeah, right. We were invited there through our social media through TikTok, whatever. So we went, and we're just walking around enjoying enjoying the day, meeting people, and this guy runs up out of nowhere and starts talking to Paul. And the funny thing is, I am almost certain I still have the picture I took because he's talking to Paul, and I'm off to the side with Paul's daughter. And I was like, "Who is this guy?" I think I took a picture because I was like, "Who's this guy talking to him?" It ends up being Hades, and that kind of like broke the ice. That he brought Paul some gifts, and kind of like opened the door to, hey, we could do a comic with this guy, right? And then that was in January of this year, and then in February, like it kind of like it evolved where we talked about like, hey, we could do this. We got with Hades. February, Paul had come to America here to Atlanta, and we had our first call with Hades, and that was the beginning of Let's Make a Pawn Bros comic book. It was the week of the Super Bowl, and I remember that because he was here for his first not your first American Super Bowl, but first American Super Bowl party.
In America,
yeah. So, but yeah, that's how it all started. So, if Hades never ran up to Paul at that comic convention, this would have never happened. That's how it all started.
So talk to me. What can fans expect from this particular project on Kickstarter?
I mean, I feel that they'll get some form of realism from the beginning about two ordinary people that feel like that they're missing out on something in life, and they don't know what that is until they find that other person that can end up being their best friend, and realizing that, well, basically the moral of the story is we're actually here to defend planet Earth, and as a tag team in the galaxy. So we're going to be battling other tag teams around the galaxy, but first it's a kind of a test to see if we're the real deal. Just us humans. These humans, what have they got? They're nothing compared to us. And the Nefarians, which is the first alien race that tries to test us to see what we're all about. And and this kind of where it takes us on this journey about to see, are we worthy to even enter such a competition as a tag team wrestlers? But it's only when we activate as Pond Bros with our high five that we can actually turn into the Pond Bros and appear wherever we get taken to take on this match. I can't tell you the outcome of the match.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that it's a battle. And it's wherever it goes next. And what separates us is the interactive part of the comic as well, where there'll be commentary like you would get for wrestling matches. So you can hear it as well as read it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's like links to our social media platforms and stuff, so people get to know about us as people, which is important to us, to know that we're real people as well. But I feel like this comic can take you on a different journey to kind of get you more involved in it visually and physically, like experiencing the comic as you're going through it.
Oh, I dig it, man. Hey, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, so like to me, it's like this is an interactive experience, and we want you to feel when you're reading, when you're looking at the visuals, the pictures, to feel what you're looking at, right? Because that's like, to me, that's like what makes people like, oh, I gotta read this, and the interactive part, and there'll be some QR codes, and you can scan stuff and look at stuff and hear stuff. That's totally like innovative and cool to me. That's what I think it is. And wrestling, if you like 80s, you like cartoons, you like sci-fi, and you like wrestling, this is for you. But to me, wrestling is such an art that wrestling, you ever watch WWE or AEW or whatever, there's a lot of emotion in watching wrestling. So we want to translate that from, like, if you're watching it, to this comic where you're feeling it, you're reading it, and you're feeling the emotion of the rest.
Oh my God, his passion has killed the internet.
Did it go? Did I cut out?
Yeah.
You cut out because you were so passionate that the internet
I know.
can take it right now.
I know. So yeah, I just look, if you like 80s, you like cartoons, you like sci-fi, you like pro wrestling, and you want to feel that emotion, this is the comic book for you.
There we go. Eddie Slambino just slammed his local internet, and portraying
Like
that message, relaying the message that you need to hear. Because this is where it is the pawn, brothers. Let's get energized, baby. Oh, because baby, this is where we gotta go. This is the comic book project you gotta support right now. Support independent comics, baby. 37 backers. We got 6 days to go. Come on, folks. I mean, you got 2 paydays left in between then, and I know some of you are dealers too, so I know you're making that extra income on the stuff you're selling. Don't be bullshitting me, guys. Come on, guys. Support creators like this that are doing their thing, making some shit. Listen, the project is at 29% of its goal. Let's get it to 100% within, 24 hours, please. I mean, these are the type of people you need to support. You hear this? Is about being bros, family, friends, showcasing some fun stories, bringing it back to the old school, because comics are missing that nowadays, I think, a lot of the time. And thank you for doing what you're doing, like having some fun adventures between 2 friends in comic book format. That's what we effing need. And this is why we need publishers like ASAP Imagination out there that help support creators like yourselves. Very important. So, folks, please show love to my big homies label, Paul, right here, Hades. But he's not as devilish as he sounds. He's actually a really good dude. But here, check out everything ASAP at ASAP Imagination with his link tree, ASAP Imagination. You can follow all the links right there. But this is the key point of this whole podcast. We need you to support this Kickstarter. Again, 6 days to go. Pond-Bros. Go look it up on Kickstarter. The link is below. I make it very easy. The link is right there also in front of you. You got to follow my man, Slambino. Oof. I mean, I'm scared of the name. Like I feel like he doesn't shake your hand. He gives you a slam, and then that's how he says hello. Is that how you guys met? Paul, did he give you a body slam and then say hello?
Look, but here's the secret to all this.
Let's go.
Paul is training to be a wrestler so that we can actually get in the ring and be a tag team in real life.
Oh my effing God. And listen, any Comic Cons out there that want to do this, I think that would be the greatest idea on the planet. A wrestling comic book and set up a ring on the stage, on the main stage of a Comic Con, and have a live wrestling match. Why not? Comic book geeks versus some real pro wrestlers. I want you to fight Kane and Undertaker, you guys.
Right.
I want to see this. I want to see Slambino and Big Paul. I mean, Paul, what's the wrestling name?
Goonie Dad. We're the Pond Bros. We're the Pond Bros. We're the tag team of the Pond Bros. But yeah, listen, I've been training only for about 11 weeks. I'm training somewhere locally to me with New Force Wrestling. Thanks with support to my coach, Richie D. Light, and the others around that have been helping, Mr. Dexter, Will Tyrrell, Louis, Gary Cannon. There's a few there.
That's it.
I just wanted to put it out there to say thank you as well to those that have also backed us already, and to those that have chosen to pledge with us. Yes, we are far away from the number right now. We were a lot higher, but the circumstances that brought that number down, which is out of our control. But
it's all right. It's all right. You guys are gonna pick it up. So let me tell you.
I believe that we can. I believe we have a fantastic project here. And I feel that we have something that people want to read. But I just wanted to be very clear that I'm very happy with those that have chosen to back us already. It's a huge deal. But the truth and the reality is, if we don't make this happen, it won't happen. And I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that this does actually happen.
Folks, please support independent comic books. Support these creators right now. Let me tell you, these 2 guys are officially the most dangerous men in comic books. All right, the most dangerous. I dare any other comic book collaborative team in the business across any publisher challenge these guys. All right, and then I want you to put up you have to give up a story. Like, you have to let them put a story in your book once they beat you, because they will. is gonna happen. If you have somebody with the name Slambino on the squad and Goonie Dad, I mean, hey guys, you're gonna get fucked up. You guys rock, man. So, any last words for us before we go, man? I'm gonna start with my man Paul over here.
As again, thank you to those that have pledged already. I really appreciate all the support that you continue to give myself and AJ for this particular project and anything else that we do. But the important message is to all of you: believe in yourself and keep moving forward.
What about you, Mr. Slambino?
Yeah, same thing. Thank you to everyone who supports us on socials, comic, everything. I mean, we wouldn't be on a podcast with you, Al, if it wasn't for them. So definitely thank you to everybody who supports us, and just be kind to each other. Like, I feel like I have to have a saying now, like he just did. Like,
there we go. I'm telling you, that's gonna be. I gotta see Paul running through the ring and be like, "Hey, you guys," and just do a power move with the Slambino slam or some shit. What are we doing over here? I need to know. Let's go. That's right, Blake man.
Chadwick in the house.
I'm a Blake Howard guy. Just want to put it out there.
I'm a Blake Howard guy too.
Look at that love.
That's it. He showed up. We're good.
Look at that love being shown. That's right. Blake. I hope you pitch into the book. Don't be playing. Everybody wants to call me now. I don't understand. This is so funny. I'm going live. I think they see me talking to the Pound Bros, and everybody's going nuts.
They want to get on. How do we get on that Kickstarter? How do we get on it?
I've got 3 calls in a row just now. Like, oh my God, like, relax. Yes, I'm talking to the Pound Bros. Chill, guys, chill. You see the madness that goes on over here, over you guys? All right, listen. I want to leave you guys with this. Southern says you guys need to headline WrestleMania one day as Pound Bros. Let's go. Listen, that would be pretty fucking cool. I want to see you guys with comics to the crowd, then slamming the shit out of everybody, winning as the Pound Bros, drowning them in the madness that is the Pound Bros, and let's go. You see the pun? Drowning them in the pond. All right, anyway.
I got it.
Hey, thank you. Somebody understands my humor. God damn it. All right. I mean, AJ now in the black screen of death over here. I don't know what happened, but Goonie, Dad, Big Paul in the building. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you, AJ. I hope you can make it back before I say really goodbye. But AJ, thank you for your time. So all you Crusaders here that were tuning in, across the platforms on X and YouTube specifically, thank you so much for showing the love, asking your questions, showing love to these boys right here. This is the future of comics, wrestling, and everything. Let's manifest a WWE event. Let's send in those letters. We need to see them. I mean, what this tell you, comics and wrestling is a marriage made in heaven, and I see no better fucking squad. A creative team that actually wrestles. Come on, guys. What? They're gonna listen. I see them having the goddamn championship belt, baby. Let's go, bros. Oh, I'm a fan. Let's go. So, guys, thank you. My Crusaders, thank you. You know what it is. So, don't just follow the Pound Bros. Please don't ignore Russell. We're Comic Crusaders as well. I know you feel the madness of the Pound Brothers, but also show us some love. I would appreciate it. And the rest of my family, Undercover Cage, podcast, and a whole lot more. Thank you so much. And of course, listen, follow my big homie, ASAP Imagination, Paul Hades. Hasta la próxima, baby.
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.